And what's up, everybody? This is Furious Francis over here from Playeressence.com, and welcome to the episode of Player Essence Cross Nintendo, where we're bringing you the best Nintendo news for the week. And of course, as all of you guys have probably already known Nintendo's former president, Hiroshi Yamauchi, has passed away at the age of 85. It's a very sad day for me and for a lot of people in the gaming industry. No matter what console you have or no matter what games you play, Yamauchi-san has been an innovator. He saved the industry from the crash, him and his vision for games, and he'll be missed greatly. I'm stumbling over myself because I can't, of course everybody has their day, but you just never think, you're just never ready for it when it does come. So I'll be talking about that a little bit later, but to get into the news for right now, we're going to start off with Atlus, and they've been sold as far as index corporations. Sega has purchased Atlus for 14 billion yen, which was actually lower than the estimated or than the rumored projections were going, but now they own Atlus and all of their IPs, and I know a lot of Nintendo fans and myself were expecting Nintendo to at least, get in there and be in the bid, which they still could have been in there. There was over 20 bidders, so Nintendo still could have been in the bid, but there definitely is, from my point of view, I think that Nintendo saw that how much Sega was bidding, and we all know that Nintendo and Sega have a great relationship. So maybe Nintendo saved some money because they know Sega's getting the Atlus's IPs, and they know that Sega will put those IPs on Nintendo's system, so it wasn't finding a good business move from Nintendo's point of view. I still would have liked Nintendo to get them, but the fact that they did it, but Sega did, is okay because Sega and Nintendo have exclusive deals. Sega and Nintendo always work well with each other, so I'm happy on that front. Hopefully all the systems get all of Atlus's great IPs. Alright, next we're going to move on to Namco Bandai actually wants Wii U owners to port beg for SoulCalibur 2 HD. And this is really funny. This is just a funny story, but basically one of the Namco Bandai said that if the game does really well on PSN and Xbox Live, that there's a chance that it could come to Wii U. But if you guys, want your voices heard and want it to come to Wii U, make sure you spam the producer's Twitter. Seriously, F you, Namco. Because I'm not port begging for nothing. If you guys are too stupid to see that Nintendo fans would want to play as Link in SoulCalibur, and they will pay you the $14 or $15 or however much this game is going to cost so they can use Link online and play. If you guys are too stupid to realize that, then that's fine. Don't put the game on there. I'm not worried about it. Anyway, so let's go ahead and let's move on to the next story here. So the media create sales charts. Monster Hunter 4 and the 3DS sales skyrocket. So this actually started a little bit last week. The Media Create sales chart showed that the 3DS topped 80,000 units sold, and that was after the Nintendo Direct that showed off, some of the exclusive features and what Nintendo and Capcom are doing with Monster Hunter 4. So sales actually ballooned to 80,000 consoles sold, but then this week's Media Create sales charts, that's where it really blew up. Monster Hunter 4 topped 1.7 million units sold. The 3DS sold nearly 280,000 units. So if you combine that last week's with this week's, the 3DS accounted for almost 360,000 units in barely about a week or so because of Monster Hunter 4. And remember, this doesn't include online sales, Amazon, Japan, any of the online retailers, plus digital sales that Nintendo could have had on the eShop. So Monster Hunter is more than a success. They were aiming for 2.8 million units sold by March. They're going to get 2.8 million units probably within the next, I'd probably say couple months, maybe 2 months tops, 2 or 3 months, especially if you include those digital sales in there, which they actually do make more money off that. So obviously great sales for Monster Hunter, great sales for Nintendo. They need that extra money. Capcom needs that extra money. But here's the crazy thing. Pokemon X and Y, which has well over 1 million pre-orders in Japan alone, is still yet to come. So that's the crazy thing. There is an even bigger game launching in a little under a month. So very good stuff all around for Nintendo and the 3DS. All right. So that basically wraps it up for the Nintendo News Desk. I'm shortening this one just because I have 2 main topics that I'm going to be talking about. So let's go ahead and we'll get right into it. All right, so the first main topic is we're going to be discussing Wii Sports Club and my thoughts on there. A lot of people have came out, a lot of popular YouTube, personalities have came out and have said that, it's overpriced, have basically went on a real big rants about this. I don't really think it's that huge of a deal. I thought it was cool because I really love Wii Sports. I can understand people's concerns though. People are saying that my head's in the cloud because I think that $9.99 is okay to buy for a tennis game. And look, I understand that Nintendo, all the games combined, that's going to be $50 for all the games combined. But like I said before, and like I've been saying, we don't know all the details on this game. Not only that, but you can't even purchase all the games at launch. The most you'll even be able to spend on this thing is $20. So we don't know if Nintendo's still planning to do bundles. We don't know if they're still planning to have, like, if you buy all of them, you get a price cut. We don't know what they're planning with everything. We don't even know exactly everything that they've added. Now, like, I understand you can go off of what they've showed, but I've always liked to look at the product that they're showed. And, like, for me, if it's a value from what I see, and I see online gameplay, free online gameplay. I see online rankings, leaderboards, which I wanted in the first game, and I also see the club match feature where you can actually go into your own state and participate 2-on-2 clubs against other people and have a whole separate ranking for that as well. And we'll see what else they added. It looks like from the menu screens you saw that there's like a training mode, and the screens that they showed do show some other like trick shot and skill shot assessments where you get points for the training. So we'll see what else they have. Like I said, I'm buying it based off of that, but we still don't know everything that's going to be inside the game, and we don't even know all the pricing for the game. Like I said, you can't even spend $50 on November 7th when there's only two games being released at that time. So you can't even spend the full amount if you wanted to. So let's just wait and see what else they have. But like I said, I understand every other person's point of view. My personal point of view, my personal perspective is that I like tennis. And I don't like golf, I don't like the other ones, and I don't really know anybody who likes all 5 games. I know people who like maybe 1 or 2 and maybe tops 3, but I don't know anybody personally I played with tons of people that like all the games. So for me personally, giving me the option just to buy tennis, and I'll probably buy bowling down the line, but just to get tennis right now so I can play against my brother because we're both competitive, and I have other friends that I know that are really competitive in Wii Sports, and we played it like a lot. Just for that, I think $9.99 is good because I'm gonna sink a ton of hours into it. So for me, the value's there because I know I'm gonna play it a lot. But like I said, I understand everybody else's point. If you think it's a ripoff, that's cool. If you don't think it's a ripoff, that's cool. If you think that Nintendo needs to lower the price, that's cool. Either way, I'm excited for it. So yeah, that's my take on Wii Sports Club. Next, I want to move on to the passing of Hiroshi Yamauchi-sama at the age of 85. I first want to say my condolences to his family, friends, everybody at Nintendo that are hurt by his passing. We're also grieving as well. The Playeressence community is grieving as well. There's a lot of people that were really upset, even crying about this whole situation and about what has happened. But there's one thing that I know. I know that Yamauchi-sama left a legacy that is unbreakable. There is, no matter what console you play on, no matter what you like, he's probably one of the reasons why you're a gamer. A lot of people have played Super Mario Bros. Many people, millions have played it. And he brought the industry back because it was crashing. And with him hiring Miyamoto and Iwata and hiring the guys that he did to bring creative and innovative games to the masses and do something different is what sparked the resurgence of the video game industry in the mid-80s. So, hands down to Yamauchi-sama. He was a great mind. He is an innovator. And like I said, his legacy will be passed down and will never be forgotten, and it will never die. I'm going to pass down what he's done to my daughter, even though she's not old enough to know. I'm going to make sure she knows what Yamauchi-sama did for Nintendo and how he brought the industry to where it is. Because without Yamauchi-sama, without him, I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in right now. I wouldn't have my YouTube. I don't think I'd be a big gamer. I wouldn't have my website. I wouldn't have met so many people, so many fans of gaming in general online. The industry wouldn't be where it was, and I don't think there'd be anywhere near as many gamers. Because he broke through, and he did it in a way that was completely different from other people. And like I said, I'm truly upset with this, but at the same time, his legacy is set, and we'll always remember what he's done for gaming. And I think that many other people that have already talked about this, Nintendo, if you haven't seen his video on it, definitely check it out. I echo those statements. I echo everything that IGN has said so far, and I'll continue to post different opinions from people and different tributes to Hiroshi Yamauchi-sama throughout the week. So that's about all I can take right now. Like I said, it's really tough for me right now. I'm not very happy with this, but at the same time, I understand. I'm going to continue to push his name and his legacy and what he did for gaming, because without him, I owe him everything as far as my career goes and my personal time, my childhood, what I loved to do as a kid. So I owe him all of that. All right, so that basically wraps it up for this week's Player Essence Cross Nintendo. We got a bunch of great content for you guys this weekend. I will have my Wonderful 101 review up probably Saturday night, maybe Sunday, depends on how I can get that done. I'll also be working on The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD, so if you guys have any questions on that game, let me know. I'll probably be playing that a little bit as well. I just got done downloading it online on the eShop, and plus there will be all weekend, there will be updates on the website as well. So look forward to a bunch of great content on playeressence.com. Make sure you check out the description below. All of the articles that I talked about today, that will also be in the description. You can check them out on playeressence.com. You can also see our Facebook like page. When you like us on Facebook, you get all of our exclusive content sent straight to your PC, phone, or tablet. All right, once again, I am Furious Francis, and we will see you guys on playeressence.com.